Hi everyone, it's Charlie Cater here from ESTNN, and today I'm pleased to be joined by Minnesota ROKKR's new signing and CDL rookie Standy. Thank you for joining me today.
Thank you for having me here.
So, being a rookie, most fans won't know a lot about you. So, I want to go right back to the beginning and sort of find out how you became interested in gaming and Call of Duty, and then how that evolved into an interest for the competitive side of things.
My interest in Call of Duty all starts back from my love for video games. When I was younger, I loved video games. I kind of got into Call of Duty when I was younger, played with my friends from school, and from there, that's kind of how I got interested into the love of Call of Duty and the video game. And from there, I met a few friends online throughout gaming that kind of taught me and guided me and told me about what a competitive Call of Duty is. So from there, when I was about 14, 15, I learned about the competitive side about Call of Duty. And that's when I kind of began my journey. And from there, that's been the start. So, I mean, I've been playing a lot of competitive Call of Duty recently in these last few years, and the grind's been paying off.
Yeah, was when you were growing up, sort of really getting interested in competitive COD. Was there one player or one team specifically that you sort of looked up to from the beginning?
I think one player I looked up to has to be Optic Scum, just because he's the king. You know what I mean? He's one of the faces of Call of Duty, and he's really inspiring, and he has a big name for himself. So he's one great person to look up to.
Yeah, so you first started competing in Black Ops 4, you competed in the amateur finals, but your first full season really came last year in Modern Warfare. You spent a lot of the season with Triumph, playing with some vets such as Fellow and Nagafen, some very technically good players, people who know how to play the game very fundamentally well. How was it to play with such experienced players for your first full season?
I really got to give credit out to those kind of guys playing with veteran players, because as a new player attempting to play challengers and start my career, those guys shed a lot of knowledge onto me and gave me a lot of information on how to play fundamentally correct, and also let me kind of explore things for myself and kind of get my own grasp of how I want to play. But they always had great input on how to play situations better, how to be the best player I can be, and I really took their knowledge to heart and trusted what they told me, because they're really successful in the past. So took their knowledge, combined it with what I know, and just went along with the path.
And you ended up winning Challengers finals that year with Triumph, taking home $50,000 as a team. How did it feel to win your first major tournament in the amateur scene?
Felt really good. Winning that, I feel like that solidified, like, hey, like I was definitely one of the best contenders that year, and I feel like out of all the time I put in last year, it really felt good knowing that it paid off and I won the biggest event of the year. So felt great.
And this year we saw the CDL sort of really pushing the amateur side of things, especially with the scouting series. We could really see during that the Saint Minnesota ROKKR's coach was very interested in you as a player. When did the discussions for you to start, for you to join ROKKR actually start?
I definitely had a few talks in the past few months with Brian and Jake, but it wasn't anything too serious, just a little chit chatting. And but recently, after I won the recent Challengers Cup number 9 in the challenger scene, I played really well, and with how Minnesota was performing and stuff, they gave me a call. Funny saying, I was 20 minutes after I won the 20, 30 minutes, maybe a little bit more after I won the Challengers Cup, I was getting a FaceTime, and I answered that FaceTime, and it was from Jake. He was repping like the analyst, and I answered the FaceTime, and there's Lamar Accuracy right there on the phone, and they're all out eating dinner with their team. So from there, I kind of realized like, hey, I think everything's coming into fruition. I think I'm gonna start. I honestly thought I was gonna get a sub spot possibly, but with how everything planned out, I got the starting opportunity, and they put me in pretty fast, and it's got a long road ahead of me.
Yeah, and when you is like you said, when you got that call from ROKKR, I mean, how did you feel? What sort of was going through your head when you got that FaceTime?
it felt great, but it also reminded me that, hey, I have to stay hungry and I have to keep pushing because I want to get this opportunity, but I also want to win and I want to keep this opportunity. I want to make sure that I come out here with a bang and show what I can do and make sure that I keep winning and doing what I can do. So
Now, shout out to Carson for these stats here. I mean, you've absolutely dominated the amateur scene really when you were playing there. Number one SMG hardpoint KD at 1.14, number two SMG control KD at 1.21, and a 1.14 KD in S&D with 30% of your team's kills. I mean, did you think that sort of playing like that you were ready to make the step up and it was just a matter of time before a team came calling?
yeah, I agree with that. So I think with the amount of time I put into the challenger scene and the amount of times I played, I think the more longer I was in the scene, I was only going to get better and have more knowledge and be more prepared. So when I do get that call, when they do hit me up, I'm gonna be really prepared, really ready, and ready to take away my chance and opportunity. So that's the way that I viewed it.
And you came into ROKKR with two tough games ahead of you against Optic and Dallas, two of the best teams in the game. You really absolutely dominated your first game, a 1.52 KD and a 3-0 sweep. How did you feel going into that game? Did you sort of just take the adrenaline of it being your first game into there and sort of flew and dominated? And how did you feel afterwards after that 3-0 sweep?
I went into the Optic Gaming series more so. Hey, ROKKR is down 0-2, or ROKKR is 0-2 in the stage right now, and Optic's definitely a really good team. But if I just come into the series with my head forward, do what I do best, and just communicate well and show out what I can show out, and I think that we came out with a dub. And yeah, you could definitely say I took the adrenaline. I think after the first map win, I was feeling really good. And from there, I just kind of let the adrenaline ride and I kept pushing. And I think the whole team was feeling really good too. So after that win, I think that really solidified that, like, hey, ROKKR can be a changed team and we can definitely win against some really good teams. So after that, it just felt great. And I also think it felt great for the team knowing that, hey, we can possibly turn things around for this stage 2 major.
Yeah, and your second match against Dallas was yet again a great display from yourself and the rest of the team in a 3-2 win. What were your thoughts going into this game? Was it just sort of taking the momentum from the win versus Optic into this one? And yet again, following the match, how were you feeling?
Going into the match against Dallas is like, these are your former world champs. You can't take these guys lightly. You got to go in going hard. And I knew it was going to be a close series, but I knew that if we did have a close series, we are likely going to lose the respawns because we're more of a newer team. Like, sometimes getting those respawn strategies down is a little bit harder. But I know that in Search and Destroy, I'm surrounded by great Search and Destroy players. I'm a great Search and Destroy player myself, so I know that if the series did go to the distance, we had to win those Search and Destroys and steal one or two respawns. So that's what happened. And after that, I think I felt really great and I was excited taking down two powerhouse teams in my first two matches. And the team felt amazing. It really shined a bright light on us, showing that, hey, we can turn things around, like I said, for this stage 2 majors and possibly win.
And you have one match this week against Seattle Surge. Winning that gives you a pretty decent shot at starting in winners for the major. How are you looking forward to competing in your first major with the squad?
I'm looking forward to competing in my first major. I'm looking forward to go out there and get a great placing and go for that chip for sure, because I've never competed in a major before, but I'm really excited, and I'm really excited to feel the energy and play a lot of matches in a week's worth of time. So I'm really looking forward to it, and I'm really excited to go out there and show what we can do and show what we've been working on.
And we expect the majority of this season to be online. Most of your competitive career has been online. But when we finally get back to LAN, are you looking forward to playing on main stage, seeing that ROKKR crowd and really sort of feeling the energy of a cold event?
I'm 100% looking forward to play on LAN because we are in an unfortunate situation right here with online and everything, but it's not the it could be worse than this, but I'm so happy with how everything's going, and I'm definitely super excited to, once everything clears up, to be playing on LAN. I think that's definitely the ideal goal, to be front on the main stage in front of a big crowd. So I'm really excited for the future, and hopefully I can get back on LAN soon.
So finally, you've received a lot of love on social media recently since joining ROKKR. How does that feel? And is there anything you have to say to all the new fans out there?
Feels great knowing that there's a lot of fans, and I have a lot of love and support behind the ROKKR fan base, and even some other fans. Uh, it's really nice knowing that there's people out there supporting, because it kind of keeps me pushing, keeps me going, keeps me striving to be great. And could you also repeat that last part of the question for me?
So just is there anything you've
Like
got
the
to say
more.
to all the new fans out there?
Oh, okay, okay. I'd like to say I appreciate all you guys, and it means the world to me. And keep up with the supporting, and we're gonna get some W's home for you guys. So yeah, it's a great feeling.
Well, thank you for taking time to speak to me today. I really appreciate it. And best of luck for your game against Seattle Surge this week.